This is an instructional video for the Bagela Asphalt Recycler. Always follow the manufacturer's operating instructions and receive hands-on training before working with equipment. In this video, we will go over component familiarization, setup, programming, burner controls, operation, and teardown of the Bagela Asphalt Recycler. As always, follow general safety practices. Wear hearing protection around loud equipment and running engines. Be aware of pinch points and moving parts, hot components, and hot materials. Always stand clear of the asphalt recycler when loading the hopper. The asphalt recycler is one part of the raider process that allows us to rapidly reopen an airfield after an attack. For this process, you will need various pieces of equipment, such as a front-end loader with the ability to clamshell, a dump truck, a combat track loader or skid steer, and a vehicle with a pintle hook capable of towing the asphalt recycler. Before towing, always check tire pressures and safety chains. When selecting a site, ensure you are placing the asphalt recycler on level, firm ground, clear of flammable materials and vegetation, and never operate in an enclosed space. You'll want to place the asphalt recycler to allow movement of vehicles between it and the dump truck, and if available, close to your asphalt stockpile. Select a site with no overhead obstructions and enough space for movement of your front-end loader. Next, we will go over the various components of the asphalt recycler. The components are the hand jack, raise and lower control panel and raise and lower jacks, the double bubble level and rear bubble level, the engine DC cutoff switch and engine ignition and master switch panel, the engine and engine throttle, your manual hydraulic controls, the left-right umbilical select switch, the 220 vac aux power hookup, and the 120 vac cold start receptacle, the battery solar charger, the burner and burner manual controls, which are the ignition switch and two burner stage switches, the photovolic lens, infrared thermometer, and discharge door armature, as well as the discharge door, your right side hydraulic gauge, burner control panel, alarm light, the infrared control head, the emergency stop, your left side umbilical hookup, the right side umbilical hookup, hydraulic reservoir and sight glass, drum drive chain and roller, right side fuel fill for the engine, left side fuel fill for the burner. You may also have a support kit with items like a sprayer for release agent, a bucket, shovel, grease gun, your operator instructions, your trailer light hookup, mini chain fall, remote umbilical controller, and the infrared control head. You may also have some assorted wrenches or sockets. Next, we will go over setting up the asphalt recycler. Remove the chocks from the front of the asphalt recycler and chock the tires. Lower both hand jack drop legs. Then, using both hand jacks, raise the asphalt recycler off of your tow vehicle. Then remove the safety chains. Unpin and set up the ladder. Remove the tarp covering the hopper and inlet. If water has accumulated in the tarp, you will need to remove it with a bucket. Avoid water getting into the asphalt recycler. Next, start and run the engine for 5 minutes to warm it up. If the temperature is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius, plug an extension cord into the 120 vac cold start receptacle for 5 minutes. Ensure that the infrared discharge temperature and hydraulic system switches are turned on and their breakers are not tripped. Check the fluid level of the hydraulic reservoir. Untighten the manual locking nut of the raise and lower jacks. Then, unpin and lower the drop leg as far as possible, then repin. Do this for all 4 legs. Throttle the engine. At the raise and lower control panel, turn the all jacks switch to extend and hold in place. Watch your breakers for tripping and your amperage gauge for spikes. If this happens, let go of the switch. Raising the asphalt recycler will take a while. When raised about 3/4 of the way, attach the mini chain fall to the backboard and raise it to relieve tension on the support chains. Then, remove the chains and clip them to the D-ring on the back of the backboard. Lower the backboard to the ground. Unpin the backboard support legs and lower them to the fourth hole, then pin them in place. Continue to raise the asphalt recycler until the backboard is touching the support legs or the jacks are fully extended. Then use the individual leg switches to level the recycler. Use the bubble levels to ensure it is level, then tighten the jack manual locking nuts. Next, fully open the backboard. Locate the infrared control head and slide it into its slot on the back of the recycler. Then connect the keyway cables. Find the remote umbilical controller and set it up. Lift the connection cover and connect the keyway cable. Ensure the left-right select switch is in the correct position. The umbilical controls are the drum clockwise and counterclockwise stick, the drum 1 or 2 select switch for tandem operations, the discharge armature open and close switch, and the hopper up and down control stick. Note that the controls of the drum rotation and hopper will stick in the clockwise position and the hopper down position. The manual hydraulic controls are the same. They include the drum clockwise and counterclockwise lever, hopper control lever, high-speed drum control lever, and the door armature open and close lever. Ensure proper operation for both control setups for the door armature, drum rotation, and hopper movement. Remove the left side panel. This will expose your drive chain and rollers. Locate the Zurich fitting, and with the drum rotating, apply 10 shots of grease. With the chain not rotating, grease the entire chain and rollers. Do not tighten the chain, as it has slack to allow for drum expansion when heating. To keep hot asphalt from sticking on equipment surfaces, spray surfaces with release agent. Spray surfaces like the backboard, discharge door, the bucket of your combat track loader, and the bed of your dump truck. Next, you will load the hopper. The optimum asphalt mix is 70% chunks that are 6 inches or less and 30% millings or ground up asphalt. Keep the asphalt dry, as wet asphalt is very difficult to process and requires more time to batch. Use the front end loader to fill the hopper. Remember to stand clear during this process, as chunks of asphalt may fall off to the side. Rotate the drum for a few minutes to warm the hydraulic fluid. Next, we'll go over the programming function of the auto burner. Press the PGM button once for user, twice for your program options. The options are VOR, which is the difference between the highest and lowest temperature of your burner's second stage, SP2, which sets the temperature that the first burner stage will turn on when operating, SP1, which is the max temperature that the burner will operate, and ALA, which is the temperature setting for when the alarm light will begin flashing, indicating that material should be discharged. To adjust a value, press and hold PGM until the display flashes. Then you can adjust the settings using the arrow buttons. Stop pressing the buttons altogether and the new value will set. Press exit to return to user, and again to return to the temperature readout. For the burner settings, refer to the manufacturer specifications on when and what to adjust values to. Next, we will go over the burner controls. On the control panel is the drum temperature reader, which displays in Celsius, the burner malfunction light, malfunction reset, burner stage switch, auto hand select switch, hydraulic pressure gauge, which reads out the amount of material in the drum, the burner fuel pressure gauge, and vacuum gauge. The auto hand switch selects between the auto burner or manual setup. The burner stage switch functions are position 0 for power off, position 1 for the burner fan, position 2 for the burner's first stage, and position 3 for the burner's second stage. All burner controls are labeled inside the control panel. In the event of a burner malfunction fault, attempt to clear the fault using the fault reset. Never press the fault reset more than 3 times. The burner can also be manually ignited. Flip up the first stage switch and press the ignition button. Then check for operation at the photovolic lens. For burner stage 2, flip the second stage switch. With the burner auto hand switch in auto, the temperature should be maintained by the auto burner when the burner stage switch is in position 2. You must still monitor all temperatures and gauges and discharge material when it reaches the proper temperature, which should be indicated by the alarm light flashing. Next, we will go over operation of the asphalt recycler. After setup, the asphalt team should be communicating with the crater chief to determine when to start batching. After setup, batching can take anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. The following procedures are for manual operations, but can be applied to auto burner operations. Engage the drum drive and throttle the engine. Never operate the burner without the drum turning. Set the auto hand switch to hand. Turn the burner stage switch to position 1 for the burner fan. Check the vacuum gauge for negative 0.4 bar or negative 5.8 psi, and the fuel pressure gauge for 14 bar or 203 psi. Then check the burner for fuel leaks. Designate a person to keep times during burner operations. Turn the burner stage switch to position 2, the burner's first stage. The burner should light within 8 seconds. With no asphalt in the drum, run in this stage for 2 to 5 minutes depending on ambient temperature. After 2 to 5 minutes, fill the drum between 50 and 70 bar or 725 to 1015 psi. Never exceed 80 bar or 1160 psi. Continue running in this stage for 5 minutes. Then turn the burner stage switch to position 3, burner stage 2, for 3 to 10 minutes. This will depend on ambient temperature. Continue to monitor your gauges and drum temperature. The temperature readout is displaying the skin temperature of the drum. This will lag the material temperature. This means the material will always be hotter than the temperature displayed. Continue to monitor the temperature. If the temperature raises above 170 degrees Celsius, turn the burner switch to position 2. If the temp drops below 140 Celsius, turn the burner switch to position 3. After 3 to 10 minutes, but no more than 10 minutes, begin discharging material. Using the remote umbilical or manual controls, discharge material by opening the discharge door. With the remote umbilical, press down on the drum rotation switch and hold the open and close switch to open. The drum will rotate counterclockwise until it catches and stops. The hydraulic pressure gauge will jump. Release both switches and rotate the door clockwise to discharge. To close the door, press up on the drum rotation switch and hold the open-close switch to close. The drum will rotate clockwise until it catches and stops. The pressure gauge will jump. Release both switches and the door is now closed. If the burner is on, continue to rotate the drum clockwise. For the first discharge, open the door and begin discharging. Material temperature should be readable at the infrared control head. If not, use a temperature gun to determine material temperature. If material temperature is not above 250 degrees Fahrenheit, 121 degrees Celsius by the 5th drop, close the discharge door and move the burner stage switch to position 2, the first burner stage, for 3 minutes. Then check the material temperature again. Material should be about 300 to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, or 148 to 162 degrees Celsius. Once temperature is reached, leave the door open and run on burner stage switch position 3, the burner's second stage. The asphalt can then be loaded into the dump truck and brought to the crater repair. It is important to only batch and load asphalt if the repair is ready for asphalt, or you risk the asphalt cooling too much. As asphalt is discharged, continue to load material into the drum with the hopper. Maintain a consistent load between 50 to 70 bar or 225 to 1015 psi. Never exceed 80 bar or 1160 psi. Empty the hopper slowly. Emptying a full hopper will surge load the asphalt recycler and can ruin production or damage the equipment. If the hopper runs low, refill with the front end loader. Never drop asphalt into the hopper from excessive height. Continue this process until all repairs are filled. The Bagela Asphalt Recycler can produce 10 tons of asphalt an hour. Continue to monitor the temperature and adjust the burner settings, or open and close the discharge door as necessary. In the event that the burner stage switch malfunctions and asphalt is needed, place the burner stage switch into position 1, the burner fan. Ensure the auto hand switch is in hand. And at the burner unit, use the burner manual controls to light and run the burner's first and second stages. Follow all times and procedures for normal operations using the manual burner switches. Constantly monitor for excessive temperatures, faults, or excessive smoke. If temperatures get too high, the asphalt can catch fire. If this happens, close the discharge door and completely turn the burner off or press the emergency stop. When your repairs are finished, you can begin cool down, shutdown, and removal of the asphalt recycler. With the burner stage switch in position 2, burner stage 1, discharge the material until you reach 50 bar, 725 psi of material, and a material temperature below 250 degrees Fahrenheit, 121 degrees Celsius, and maintain half of the material in the hopper. Close the discharge door for 2 minutes. Then turn the burner stage switch to position 0, power off. Empty the hopper and rotate the drum for 5 minutes. Open the discharge door and set the burner stage switch to position 1, the burner fan. Discharge all material. To aid in cool down and remove large chunks of asphalt, fully open the discharge door by removing the door pin and opening the door. Leave the burner stage switch in position 1 and the door open until a temperature of 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit is reached. Never leave excess material in the drum. After the proper temperature has been reached, turn the burner stage switch to position 0 and close the discharge door. Wash the discharge door, backboard, and drum with release agent. Grease the main rollers and chain. Lower the front legs to release the backboard. Using the mini chain fall, raise the backboard. Remove the chains from the D-ring and reconnect to the recycler. And raise the backboard support legs. Ensure the gate is facing the ground for water drainage. Remove the remote umbilical. Remove the infrared control head. Loosen the jack manual locking nuts and lower the asphalt recycler to the ground. At the raise and lower control panel, turn the all jack switch to retract. When raised all the way, unpin and raise the jack drop legs and tighten the manual locking nuts. Using a grease gun, grease the jacks at the Zurich fitting at the top of the jack. Allow the engine to cool down at idle and turn off. Place the tarp back over the hopper and inlet. Perform a 360-degree inspection to make sure that you are ready to tow, then back up your tow vehicle and lower onto the hitch using the hand jacks. Then attach the safety chains. And that completes this training video on the Bagela Asphalt Recycler. This material has been made by the 435th Construction and Training Squadron Electrical Power Production Cadre, Ramstein Air Base.